Good afternoon, everyone. It's Make a Move Mike, the Veterans Realtor or Realty Executive Dylan. I'm here with Andy Cruz of Mortgage Heroes, and today we're going to be discussing the topic of hiring a buyer broker versus searching for homes online. Now, one of the benefits of hiring a buyer broker or a real estate agent like myself is I can do all the underlying work and find every detail about that property and everything that's going to be of value and importance to you as a potential buyer when it comes to that said property. The flip side of that is when you're just searching online is you don't have those details, you don't have those questions answered, you don't have those concerns or your objections handled. You need someone like myself to get that detailed information for you, in a quick, fashionable manner, and you want to make sure, and I make sure, that information is 100% accurate. So everyone, Andy's going to talk a little bit more about the advantages of working with a buyer broker and a local realtor like myself as opposed to just searching online.
You've probably heard the term garbage in, garbage out. And that might be a rough way to start this part of the segment, but the accuracy of the information online is only as good as the accuracy of the information that gets put there. And so if bad information is put in, bad information can come out. And I can tell you, there have been dozens of experiences that we've had where someone believed the information that was said to be true about a place only to find out later that it wasn't. And it's not that they were naive, it's just that a lot of times the information that's presented is somewhat accurate and it's not completely accurate. And that is a huge problem, especially when you're trying to buy what is most people's largest purchase, and they're trying to do it now online without the services of someone who understands that neighborhood they're looking to buy in. And that's where the other part comes in, is not just the accuracy of the information, but the accessibility to the knowledge about that area. And that's where your local lender and your local realtor have a footprint in that area. And they're much better off to help serve your needs in trying to cross that bridge of, I don't own a house in this neighborhood, I want to, and I'm currently using the internet to try to do that. Now that's fine, that might be a good starting point, but it's typically a one-way exchange. They're just telling you what they want to tell you, and there's not a lot of back and forth to kind of navigate your way towards that other side. And that's really where the advantage of having a buyer's agent that that you trust, or that's been recommended to you, and that they know who their lender is, and that those people together are working with you. It's like a perfect triangle where it's all working in the same direction and everyone's doing their part together. The challenge with online buying, there are multiple, but the challenge with online buying is also the intention. Their intention is to get you into a sales funnel, through a sales funnel that spits money out at the back of it for them. That's it. There's no really vested interest beyond that, which basically isn't a vested interest at all. But when we live here and we work here and we shop here and we're in the neighborhood and we see you here, we have vested interest well beyond just getting the transaction done. And in another video you might have seen, Mike and I talked about how as a lender and a realtor, we don't win unless you win first. Our winning is the reward of helping you achieve whatever your real estate goal is. And that's really hard to do when, as a lender, we're working with a buyer who is only working with an internet seller. That is a tragic challenge in most cases. Those rarely go well. They are just littered with complications. And I'd love to tell you that it's not that way, but to be completely candid, it is that way. It's much better off when there's an established relationship with the realtor. We know the neighborhood that we're talking about. We have our finger on the pulse of the market, and we are working for the joint outcome of you getting that house. That is what creates the perfect scenario to help buyers get into a home, especially in this ultra competitive market like we're in right now.
Yeah, and Andy, you mentioned the relationship between the buyer, potential buyers, and that online retailer or search engine. One of the things I want to point out is that when you have a relationship with a live person, someone like Andy and I, and you run into, life hits you, or some potential problems, we're there to help. And it'll be a lot less difficult when you have a relationship with someone like Andy and myself, as opposed to working with some online search engine or someone that you met on through your searching online. And I think you will be a lot more comfortable with working with us because we built that relationship together, and it won't be so difficult to get past that point where someone threw an obstacle in your race, if you will. So without further ado, thanks everyone for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you have any questions, please reach out to Andy and myself, and we'd be happy to help you out.